Alright, I am going to attempt to make, there's a classic white bread recipe here. I have one in my recipe binder, but I'm going to give this one a shot. I haven't had very much success today with yeast because that pizza was a flop. But I don't know if you guys will be able to see if this will focus. Of course not. The ingredients are 2.5 cups of very warm water, 2.5 teaspoons of sugar, 2 packs of active dry yeast, 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of light olive oil, 5.5 cups of white bread flour. Now, I don't have olive oil, obviously. I may substitute with any cooking oil, which is what I'm going to do. I have vegetable oil, and I don't have white bread flour. I just have regular all-purpose flour, so that is what I'm going to use. So I'm going to get started, and this here tells you, put her down. This here tells you to combine the yeast and the sugar and the water. So I'm going to do that until it's foamy, and hopefully this recipe will work. And by the end of it, I will have a nice loaf of bread. Alright, so if you guys saw my other video, you saw that the dough did not rise for my pizza. I came to the conclusion that the yeast was just crap. So I went over to my mom's because I just did the yeast here and it did not bubble up. So I was like, I've got some defective yeast, obviously. I think it was given to me like a year or two ago. I didn't know that yeast expired. So I went over and I asked my mom, and she's like, yeah, after a while it's no more good. So she gave me some, and lo and behold, it fluffed up like it was supposed to. So I'm going to go and finish making my bread, and in hopes that it turns out. It is already 8:45 at night. Probably going to be making bread till like 11 o'clock tonight, but that's okay. Alright, I'll be back whenever I got this all mixed up. Alright, so I wasn't really able to record as I was doing it because my hands are super sticky, and yeah, so I just greased a bowl with some butter. I'm going to add that in there, like so, and then I'm going to just, it's hard to do with one hand, but I'm going to just more or less make sure that there's butter all over this, and then I'm going to let it set for about an hour until hopefully this time it'll double in size, and then I'll be able to bake it for 50 minutes. So I'll be back. Hope it rises. Alright, so here is the moment of truth. I'm going to take the bread out and cross my fingers that it rised this time. Oh yeah, I can already see that it rised. Yeah. All these times I try to make bread and it never succeeded. And a while ago I tried to make pizza crust, didn't succeed. And all this time it was because my yeast was expired. I didn't even know the stuff did expire, so I chucked that stuff out. My mom gave me some new stuff, and I will probably just continue buying fresh stuff, obviously, now that I know. Lesson learned. I just thought I was one of those people that just couldn't make bread. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, baby. Look at that. Right frickin' on. Alright, so I'm going to go and divide that up and put it into my heavily greased pans here, and then I think I have to let it rise again, and then I'm going to have to cook it, and it is 9:46 at night, so I think this is going to be one of those things that I shouldn't have started so late, but it is what it is. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and dust all this stuff out, and then I'll be back. Alright, so I'm going to let you guys watch me punch it down. But yeah, I was just reading the instructions, and after I punch it down, I gotta separate it into two and then form it into the loaves and let it rise for another hour. So I'm looking at about midnight here before this bread is done. So note to self, don't start bread at 9 o'clock at night. So alright. Oh, sticky, icky, icky. I'm going to go flour up my hands. I just didn't want to get it too ooey gooey. Alright, so there it is. So now it's 10:50. I'm going to go ahead and I have my moist towel here. I'm going to drape it over the two of these and hopefully it'll rise again and then I will be able to bake it. So 10:50, I'll be back to check on it. So it finished rising. Now I turned it on and it's gonna cook. And it is 10:40 at night.